Saturday Hoops, presented by Wendy's, brings us to Seattle. Finally, head-to-head, the two best players in college basketball.
This one's been circled on my calendar for a long time. The most anticipated matchup I can remember since, and I've been covering this conference for 12 years, at the same position. Two special talents. I hope it lives up to the hype. I think it will.
Oh, both brilliant, of course, but what distinguishes them in your mind?
Well, let's start with Fultz. His understanding of screen roll game is like an NBA veteran. Here on the pull-up, he reads it. He always seems to make the right read when he's in that pick and roll game. Here, he's going to get a high ball screen. Now, instead of pulling up, he sees the alley. He's getting downhill, getting all the way to the rim. He has the athletic ability to finish plays in the paint. And then watch this one. This is like a 12-year NBA vet. Sees it, reads it, behind the back, splits it, and then the dump off to Carlos Johnson for the and one. That is NBA-level stuff. Lonzo Ball different in the sense that he's more of a passer, one of the best passers to come into college basketball maybe in the last decade. His vision is off the charts. If you're open, he will find you. Court awareness, finds Holiday in the corner, but doesn't quit on the play. At 6'6" with the athleticism, he can also make plays like this at the rim, finishing it. These are two special talents. Yes, JB, they do it different, but they are spectacular, and they are going to be stars at the NBA level.
So are the NBA scouts. About 20 are expected to be on hand tonight for this showdown.
In how he makes it easier for other people, but still able to get 30 if he wants to, because both these teams are going to play a lot of zone. But I hope we see some spectacular plays. I think we will. They switch everything when they're in man-to-man UCLA.
Lonzo with the steal, Fultz pursuing, and Thibault got there for the foul. Not the strongest part of his game, 65% on
culture that the defense isn't really on in their own board. Let's see if that's a problem tonight. Washington, historically a good offensive rebounding team.
Next week, and then they still have to make the trip to Tucson. Hamilton flashing, missing back-to-back jumpers to begin, but Leaf cleans up on the offensive glass.
It's different, and Lonzo Ball created that. Now, even if they're open, they're making one more to make it easier for the other guys. And I tried to think of guys who might be better. I can't come up with one.
Ball bit
when they're just so hard to beat, when the game's free-flowing up and down. Leaf, open jumper. Timmons isn't going to want to go out there and chassis. All five guys can shoot. So how do you cover all five when they're moving it that well?
They're going the other way on the turnover. Leaf coming off of a career.
They were a good team that year, JB.
Oh, they were loaded. Lottery picks everywhere. Crisp in transition, wraps it around with the left.
This is the thing. And Ball does some of the stuff that Fultz does as well. Like that throw-ahead pass there, Leaf going to the rim and one.
Fultz with a couple points, Ball with 2 free throws. Throws the lob to Leaf. Now that looks like the same shot pocket that he delivers.
That's where he delivered that from, is where he shoots it from.
And now a chance for a run-outs. Hamilton
wants to get a bucket. He can go get him a bucket.
Leaf's so efficient in Pullman, it rattles out on him here in Seattle. And this time, Lonzo does let it go.
Because you know UCLA is going to get it out and run.
Ball swiping it away from the Fultz jumper. Now on the run out, he gets all the way.
Again, Lonzo Ball has the toolbox to be an elite defender.
And here's that Lonzo Ball defense.
Well, Fultz thought he had more time, but look at the long arms of Lonzo Ball. Reach out, get a piece of that. And then he's got that NBA burst where he's got another gear to get ahead of everybody and finish the play. You saw it.
The zone. Fultz from the interior. Ike Anabogu.
I'll tell you, scouts are here to look at Anabogu too.
Did not play at Washington State. Here's a chance for the Huskies. Fultz fouled by Ball. Anabogu in practice felt some knee discomfort on that surgically repaired knee. That
we're making a lot of NBA statements. Play at the foul line. 65 for a player of his caliber, not good enough.
Trailing. Chris comes away with possession.
Get a bucket here, give him a spark.
Instead, another steal for Lonzo Ball, and numbers for the Bruins. Leaf couldn't handle with the catch. Dickerson defending, 10 to go for Ball. He loves that NBA range.
It's a little bit longer than you would like, so if you're deeper, defenders can't get to you. If you're right on the line, they can close out to it.
How about that free throw line runner? Look at this ball floater.
He can do almost everything. If he gets this going, He can do everything. Lonzo Ball and UCLA off to a great start. National Sixth Man of the Year?
You and I do.
That's right, I'll vote.
Chris rattles one home.
A roll or pop guy is going to be what's open.
Holiday no, Ball another chance. From Ernie Kent's group, but plenty tonight against the Huskies. G.G. Gulliman from Aaron Holiday games. He's their second leading assist player. Fultz has seen two defenders everywhere. Rises for three over Holiday.
Might have gotten a foul there too. The best guard I've seen in the screen roll game in college in 12 years. Comes off, looking at fire, knocks it down. UCLA still up big. Everybody scores. The Jason Kidd comparison, I think, is fair because of how good Jason Kidd was as a freshman, but Ball not nearly for a freshman player. And all the scouts and everything. I go straight.
Dickerson wouldn't fall.
The same result. That simple play. You swing it to Alford, he swings it to the other side.
Fultz leaning back. And
here's the thing. Washington seems to have woken up a little bit, but they have to string together stops now. They dug themselves a big hole.
He just matched his season-made field goal total. AK up top from Ball.
But again, JB, that is weight.
Fultz got it. Nature of guarding UCLA. Surrounding Welsh there, you have 4 elite shooters and scorers, so where do you go?
Exactly. That's why I'm away from UCLA. Somebody's going to be open on the other side.
Lonzo Ball wasn't in for that telestration. He did just hit. And
conversation about whether players should be able to go straight to the league. But the last guy, JB, as Holiday gets fouled.
23.1 points per game. That's on pace to be the highest Pac-12 scoring average in. Go ahead. Leaf collects.
He's the first player. You try and cover one guy, and then the other guy's open, and then the other guy's open, and every
elite shooters returning this year with Hamilton, Alford, and Holiday, and with Ball in the mix, extending the range.
He is in the role that he should have been in the whole time at UCLA, and that's playing off the ball and knocking down perimeter. You're said than done with this UCLA group you're trying to guard.
Fultz ran Ball off a screen. He got through and forced the turnover.
And maybe I was expecting too much coming to here tonight with the matchup with Lonzo Ball, but this has not been a great night for Markelle Fultz so far. Fultz and ball screens, got to make him pay on the opposite side.
Lonzo comes to get it from Bryce Alford.
When you watch this free-flowing UCLA team getting offense from everybody, Fultz knocks down another triple, but it tells you that the Washington defense not good enough tonight.
From Seattle Tacoma International, Lonzo Ball.
I mean, that is from deep, isn't it? That's 26 probably.
Pushing it with the speed dribble is the way he flings it ahead. Markelle Fultz, it might be time.
Here we go.
It might be time.
You know what? The game might already be decided, but let's go. Let's go mano a mano.
This may feel like an All-American game the rest of the way.
This is what I've been waiting for. I was waiting.
18-point performances so far for our featured matchup. Ball with a deflection there.
And they lose it, and that just took the air. It had to have. I didn't see the game against Stanford today, but Utah.
And to your point, 63% shooting at this end for the Bruins. EK from Ball, and he was wrapped May 29th, so he's got a late birthday.
Yeah, in the day and age, in the era of parents holding their kids back for youth sports, Fultz a prime example that it doesn't matter if you hold them back.
Leaf off the glass from Lonzo Ball. You just cannot take an RPI loss in Pullman or Seattle for a team that's playing for seeding like UCLA is. Perhaps the toughest trip, and it's the first time they've done that in the Alford era.
I think it would be a lot more
than they did leaving the Galen Center.
Wait, UCLA's chartering?
Ball, not this time. There's the first rebound for Fultz. I knew you'd like that one.
It's unheard of.
So Baruti, Green, and Thibault all missed threes on that trip for the Huskies. As they come up empty again, Holiday.
Before the opposition is set, and it's impossible to guard everybody.
Who do you think ends up leading this team in scoring? Because Ball, Alford, and Leaf are all kind of right there, changing hands. Attaway throws down.
what the defense wants to see.
Backdoor lob ball from Holiday.
And that's a called set play. I've seen that 10 times this year where ball gets behind the defense and gets the lob pass.
As he took the outlet.
Refuses the screen and just goes back door. Baruti asleep. Ball dunks it. The politically correct answer, but I would love to know what the real answer is.
Fultz with a free throw to follow.
Evaluate the measurables, the impact on the game.
And attempts tonight.
I mean, what's he shooting coming in from behind the line?
42%.
42. I mean, that'll work.
Against this Washington program, is that a decent pro comp for TJ Leaf?
I think it's a decent one. I would say what Anderson became. We see him as
or is he more like, Nolan Ryan?
Really, really shoot it. A better shooter than superstar, you need to be a specialist.
A single game in the Pac-12 with a minimum of 15 attempts. Since Alan Crabb went 12 for 15 against Arizona 4 years ago. Holiday.
And I think that would be the concern, and I think that's why you don't see a lot of mid-range game from Lonzo Ball. His is either catch and shoot or it's at the rim.
But that is what makes Fultz special. Kind of put some finishing thoughts here on Markelle Fultz. A rare smile, and I'm sure he doesn't feel good about the result, but his final line, 25 points on 9 of 19. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers.
This team I watched tonight is more like the team I watched in November and December, just rolling through everybody.